Hey, what's up, Army? I'm back. And to those of you who are still with me, thank you and welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you for choosing to share this space with me. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to get into it. Um, I have some channel messages that have been coming through over the last few days. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just going to get into it. I was guided to lay low, and then I started hearing come back to the table. Come back to the table. I got to be honest, I was starting to feel like what's the point of this? Like, who am I helping? You know, um when I started hearing come back to the table, I was just like, why? You know, why? I don't know that I'm making a difference for anybody. I don't know who I'm helping. And I heard if you knew who you were helping, you wouldn't want to help. And once I heard that, the whole list of people that could be watching that I might not want to help started popping into my head, and I thought maybe you're right. Maybe if I did know, I wouldn't want to help. And then I was given the scenario, um, who's willing to help the criminal that's drowning. And then the channel message started. So I heard everybody deserves a second chance, and everybody deserves the keys to escape mental bondage. Um, but not everybody believes that, and not everybody shares the keys. Um, some put others down for not being able to find the keys, exalt themselves as chosen above the rest. Yes, they were chosen, but they fail to see they were chosen to help. Uh, Something just fell over there. That was weird. I don't know what that word is. I don't know what I wrote. um, to help fire others, like inspire others, not to discriminate and separate themselves from them. Jesus taught everyone the keys are meant to be shared for the salvation of humanity as a whole. The us versus them mentality needs to stop. Not everyone can be saved. But who is any one person to decide who should and should not be saved, or who should and should not um, be given the opportunity for change and growth? And then I heard, never underestimate the power of planting a seed. Whether or not the seed grows is up to them and has no bearing on whether or not to plant the seed in the first place. Um, I've seen people not willing to share their knowledge, or not willing to help certain people, or assuming that um, only those that follow the light deserve salvation. And the message is how do I explain this? At some point, everybody's in the dark in one way, shape, or form. I know I've been in the dark. I know that I've had my own um, toxic patterns. I've had my own toxic ways, and to discredit somebody because of the choices they've made up until this point, to say that anyone is beyond help, or anyone doesn't deserve help, or anyone doesn't deserve a second chance is selfish. So in a way, it's best that I don't know everybody that I'm helping. You know what I mean? Because that's where, my ego can kick in and say, well, I want to help them. Fuck them. Let them deal with their own karma. But I'm getting this energy, and I don't know how to put it into words. It's basically what I've been saying. It's who am I, or who is anyone to say that any other person doesn't deserve a second chance. God is love, and love is unconditional. Unconditional is exactly that, unconditional. Do we reap what we sow? Yes, absolutely. But can anybody say that, I mean, God, fuck, how do I put this? Reaping what you sow is what gives you the opportunity to grow and sow different seeds, right? So while certain individuals reap certain karma for what they've done, does that mean that they don't deserve? It doesn't. It doesn't. And that's the message. Everybody deserves a second chance to redeem themselves. Everyone has the power to change, and the proof is in their works, not their words. We can decide not to help somebody. I guess if their works don't show the desire for change. But that seed, it should never stop us from planting that seed for growth. I know that in my life I've grown so much, and I've overcome so much mentally. I've grown through trauma. I've grown through my bad experiences. I've grown through my own karma and my own mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I heard too many of the keys were given and lost in translation through ego and fear. That's this separation thing. I'm not going to share with you the information that I know because I don't think you deserve it. I'm not saying that, but this is the attitude that Spirit is trying to express. I've heard people say things like, if you don't know about this, then you're not meant to. If you haven't been enlightened about this, then you're not meant to. People that have been enlightened and awakened to certain information, and they withhold it with some sort of elitist attitude. This is the message that Spirit is trying to portray. That is I'm hearing now, that makes you no better than anyone else. That makes you no better than what you like to call karmics. And then I heard sirens outside. And I heard someone needs help. And I heard again calling you to the table. So someone needs help. And I hope if that's you, then there's something in this message for you that will help you. I had an experience with Archangel Michael. I don't like to name drop like that. But he wanted me to write his name down, so I did. And he put his arm on me, you know, like around my shoulders. And he started pointing down. And I asked him, "What are you trying to show me?" And he went like this. And when he did that, I saw the world. And it reminded me of that scene in Men in Black when that guy that can like see, like, I forget what they call him. You can see like the past, present, or future, and they're at they start talking about the amazing Mets, and like Will Smith standing next to him, and he's like watching the game, but they can't see it. So then he puts his arms around them, and all of a sudden they can see the game playing out right there. It was like that. When he went like this, I could see the world. But it wasn't like a cliche, the globe from space kind of thing. It was, I could see, like, I knew it was the world, and I could almost, it was like, I'm seeing it again now, and there's like a lot of red, like fire, and I could hear prayers. I can hear people like crying out. And there were so many voices and so many people crying out and so many people sending their prayers up. And he said, I have to find where I wrote it, I'm sorry. He said, "Imagine hearing all these prayers all the time. The messengers are there to show them they suffer from their own bondage." The messengers. These are the messengers that I was talking about in the first part of this message. The messengers that selfishly don't show them. I'm hearing now sometimes the messengers themselves don't realize it. Not everybody suffers from their own bondage, but so many suffer from their own bondage, and they're praying for this escape, not realizing that they're the ones that hold the keys. So many don't know they've enslaved themselves. Their circumstances are challenges to find triumph. Everyone is in their own personal escape room, but instead of looking for clues and solving their own mystery, they want to skip the journey. They want the answer, the end result, but it doesn't work that way. They need to solve the escape room themselves. The answers are in the room and with others. Teamwork makes the dream work. My birthday was last week, and we did an escape room, and it was a lot of fun. It was Mad Hatter themed, and it was really fucking awesome. It was my first time doing an escape room, and Spirit really started using this example for me. And the way the room that we did was set up is that our team was split into two separate rooms. Half of us were inside Mad Hatter's house, and the other half were outside, and we had a common objective, and there was a window between the two rooms. And there were some clues that we needed from the other room, and there were some clues that the other room needed from us. And had we gone into these rooms and seen it as a competition, like, we're going to get out before you get out, then we never would have solved it. It took teamwork for us to solve the whole thing together. I hope that makes sense. It should make sense. A selfish, elitist attitude will never solve the room. Without enlightenment, the richest man in the world will spend his entire life locked in that room, never realizing it's a cage. And that's when I started seeing the window between the two escape rooms that we were in. And like I already explained to you, I'm jumping ahead. Teamwork solved the puzzle, not competition. And then I heard a song. I don't know what song this is. Come on, people now, shine on me, brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. I meant to look it up, but I didn't look it up. But this theme of how we all need to work together and stop looking at it as, well, I'm ahead of you. I've learned more about the spirit. I'm more enlightened. I'm this and I'm that. When in reality, when the ego steps in like that and says, well, I'm chosen and you're not, and I'm enlightened and you're not, and I'm divine and you're not. When the ego says that, the team suffers. There's no I in team. All the rooms are connected. Spirit is showing me how we are each in our own world, our own escape room. Like I said before, I can't remember what it was. Go back. We are all theoretically speaking in our own escape room, in our own worlds, and we have this concept of separatism, and I need to figure out my journey, and I need to figure this out for myself, and you're over there in your world, and you're over there in your world, and you're over there in your journey. Not my journey, not my problem, right? But all the rooms are connected and only solved by sharing the keys and clues collectively. Separation is an illusion, and every man for himself is a disease. And then I started seeing, I saw this video the other day. It was a very short video, and I did not research the concept of it more. But it was talking about how Earth is becoming two. How there is a lower vibrational Earth and a higher vibrational Earth. It's separating. And Spirit brought me back to that video. When I watched it, it resonated with me in a way that I didn't really understand, because like I said, it's not anything that I've researched or heard before or anything like that. It just made sense to me. And Spirit brought me back to that and showed it to me. And this when we get these cards of being between worlds, oftentimes that's what it's referring to, and people are not picking up on that. This between worlds, I'm seeing it literally, and I've seen it before. In another reading, it was like I was seeing a like the separation of a person, like a person going from its old self to their new self, jumping timeline, so to speak. I'm seeing that same thing with the planet. I'm literally seeing the two planets, like they're like this right now. Excuse me. All right. So there are two worlds, one that shares and one that hoards. In the end, which do you think will collectively prosper the most? All gifts, talents, and skills are needed. Everyone has their own set, their own piece to the puzzle, and the great mystery will never be solved if everyone chooses to hoard for their own selfish gain. The world that shares also shares with the planet and gives back to the living organism that provides life as we know it. The world that hoards collapses on itself due to lack of consideration, depletion, never being replenished. Take, never giving back. There's nothing left until there's nothing left to take. These are the two different worlds, the two different vibrations. And it is an energetic thing. It is a vibrational thing. It's not like you can go out into space and see these two different worlds. They are overlapping each other the way dimensions exist here. Do you know what I'm saying? That they're vibrating apart. I heard share and be spared, take and be erased. There are two worlds and two paths. Which one will you choose? And that was the end of that message. I think I got that yesterday. And then this morning I got more. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. I'm really working on it here. I'm trying to get through it. All right. All right, so this morning I heard reverence and I heard Sekhmet. And I don't know anything about Sekhmet. I looked it up. I should say I looked her up. And you might already know. And if you do, and I get the story completely wrong, feel free to correct me. I have no problem with that. I did about 7.5 minutes of research just to see what it was that I was picking up on. And Sekhmet, from what I remember, is she the daughter of Ra? I'm not really sure. But she was sent to Earth by Ra because he was pissed off at humans, basically. And he told her to come down and destroy as many of them as possible. And she went on a rampage and became completely got like this insatiable thirst for blood and just went bananas and almost destroyed everybody on the planet. So Ra had to stop her, and the stories vary. Some say that Ra did it himself. Some say that Ra asked the priests to do it. Some say that he made the Nile River red. Some say that he had the priests spread red dyed beer all over the fields. Either way, apparently they got her to drink a whole bunch of dyed beer, thinking that it was blood, which I would think that beer and blood taste differently, but whatever. So they gave her a bunch of red dyed beer, and she just kept drinking and drinking and drinking, thinking it was blood, until she got drunk and passed out and woke up and regretted everything that she did and decided to help humans instead of continue to destroy them. That's what I got from the story. I don't know. So again, I was getting, after I got Sekhmet, which I will get further into that. After I got that, I got one world splitting into two again. It's not about right and wrong. It's about vibration. And then I remembered that I did see a video of Dolores Cannon talking about the two different worlds. I don't know what she calls it. I don't have extensive research in Dolores Cannon either. I've only seen some of her videos. But there's the karmic world and the purified world. Those who are meant to repeat karma, and those who have healed their karma and healed their lessons, sort of. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard the Great Divide. I don't know where that phrase originates from. I just heard the Great Divide in reference to the two worlds. It's not about judgment, it's about choices. And then I heard that phrase, you're born looking like your parents, but you're going to die looking like your choices. And then I randomly heard Aerosmith, Amazing. In the blink of an eye, you finally see the light. So back to Sekhmet. In reference to that, I was getting that someone is trying to the rest of this message is about this, and I find it strange, but it's for somebody. Someone is trying to conjure ancient beings. Let's say, for example, they are trying to conjure Sekhmet herself. They are trying to conjure the dark, bloodthirsty version of her. And then I heard that phrase from Aladdin, 10,000 years can give you such a crick in the neck. whoever this is, this person, this group of people, they are provoking fire and anger towards someone or towards people who are innocent. It's like the boy who cried wolf kind of thing. It's like going home and telling your parents that somebody was bullying you in school and they did X, Y, and Z, and it's all a lie, just so that your parents go and like attack the other kid's parents or attack that kid. Or this is the energy that I'm getting. Um, they're using this conjuring, this weird shit to try and I'm just gonna read what I have here. Opening doorways and portals that have been sealed, trying to use these beings as attack dogs. Um, Underestimating their power and knowledge these beings hold. Underestimating the power and knowledge these beings hold. Excuse me. And I heard, this is what you brought me here for. They awaken these beings. They conjure with loopholes in their words, trying to trick the tricksters, trying to invoke anger in ancient warriors, all for selfish gain. And I heard no unjust bloodshed. These beings turn on those that unjustly woke them. The beast is sleeping but not dead. Whoever this person or people are, they tried or are trying to play puppeteer over warrior energies. I was hearing tombs, bones, incantations to conjure darkness, thinking they're on the same side, but these beings understand karma and devour those that woke them. Unlocking what has been locked, digging up what has long been buried, disturbing the peace of the ancients. They will reap the exact wrath they wished to send to others. These people or person is trying to conjure spirits into dead bodies. I got there like trying to like call these like they're trying to like do like this weird Frankenstein experiment where they're trying to conjure up these ancient beings into bodies or into people. Um when it comes to unlocking what has been locked, um there's this energy again. I don't know anything about this. I am just purely going off of what I'm being told, okay? But there are certain energies, certain gods, certain beings that have been locked away, and I get more examples later on. Um and they were locked away for a reason. And these beings, I'm getting the energy that like I said, they understand karma. They don't want to be locked up again, kind of thing. I don't know. They're trying to play God with the underworld, disturbing order. And then I heard, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I really feel like this is more than one person. These people are obsessed. They're dabbling in the dark side has turned into consumption, obsession. And then I was seeing crazy eyes again from that one of the last readings that I did, the one with the crazy lady at the gym. Crazy eyes, just I cannot describe it. Just like bug-eyed, wide open, like crazy eyes. I was seeing that again. Um and then that Frankenstein energy that I was just telling you, it spins out of control. And what this person or people thought they were releasing to the world was only unleashed onto them. Torture and torment for selfishly waking the dead, breaking seals, codes, laws, and unable to deliver whatever they promised because the ones they tried to unleash these beings onto are heavily armored, divinely protected, conjured up fruitlessly. And then I got the example of this fire truck. A couple of years ago, the people that live next to me, my neighbors, they don't live there anymore, but they had like a whole yard full of like garbage. I don't know what they were doing. It was like clothes, shoes, furniture, like all this household stuff. It was like 4 families came and dumped U-Hauls worth of shit all over the lawn, and they decided to sit there and just burn it. And they were burning it for like a day and a half. And I called the fire department, and I was like, my neighbors are burning their garbage. And a fire truck came. They were burning it in like a wheelbarrow, or I can't remember. It was like one of those big gallon drums or whatever. It was contained. It wasn't out of control. But first responders showed up, and then the fire truck came, and they came blaring with their sirens. And I was sitting in my backyard, and I heard the fire truck come, and I heard them stop in front of my house, and then I heard the fireman from inside the truck say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And they just fucking drove away. That's the example I'm getting now. It's like whoever these people are, they're conjuring all these beings like there's a fire, there's a war, you need to get together. They're conjuring all of this, and these beings are coming together and rising and being released, thinking whatever it is that these people are telling them. I just heard thinking there's going to be a feast. And then they show up and they're like, "This is what you brought me here for?" Again with Aladdin, like, you rubbed my lamp, you brought me here. Like, what are we doing? Why are we here? And then I heard they come for the promise of blood but can't get it. They come for the promise of blood but can't get it where they've been sent, like being sent to a locked pantry for food. What do you think is going to happen when their hunger or thirst isn't quenched as promised? They will turn right back to those who sent them. So I'm getting this energy. I don't think this has happened yet. Maybe these people are feeling froggy with this new moon. I don't know. This is a warning. Those that don't believe in love can't understand the power of love. Love conquers all. How do you defeat them? With love. Love over hate, faith over fear. So maybe, I mean, I don't think so based on the last pieces of this message that I got. But maybe whoever this is, they don't know how to, I just heard escape the haunting. It's with love. Then I was reminded of, oh, excuse me, skipping ahead. I heard those people are about to make the biggest mistake of their lives. They need to let it go before it's too late. That's why I said it. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. But past, present, and future all exists here and now. So it's like I'm seeing the outcome as if it's already happened. I was reminded of a reading that I did at least a year ago. It was something, the 3 little pigs need to stop before the universe blows their house down or something like that. In that reading, I was picking up specifically 3 energies that I was hearing fire and brimstone, and I keep hearing it again. They were literally trying to raise hell. And this is that same energy. And then I started hearing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're going to have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Then I heard ancient spells, ancient beings, ancient karma. And I've gotten this before. Don't ask me what reading. I don't know. Maybe you know. I got the image of how in Superman, the criminals, they were like locked in that glass and then they get out. This whoever this is, they're literally trying to like let out all the criminals somewhere in the past. Somewhere in ancient times, somebody said these beings, these energies, be it God, be it the angels, be it our ancestors, they locked these energies up. They said these energies will have no control, no power over humanity. These energies will have no access over humanity. They have been binded. Call it spiritual jail, like people like to say. Call it spiritual jail. Call it, they've been cast away. They've been banned from interacting with humanity. They've been rebuked, whatever term you want to use. These energies and the doorways that lead to them have been sealed shut. These people are trying to reverse all of that, are trying to release some of the darkest entities that have ever existed. They are digging into, I just heard ancient ruins. They're digging into ancient books, ancient spells. They're digging into the past to try and conjure some of the darkest energies humanity has ever known. Because they have this hatred that they can't control. They have this vendetta, this need. And I don't know if it's towards one person or towards people, but they're consumed by it. And when Spirit says stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, see, the rivers and the lakes that they're used to aren't working anymore. There is something that they cannot overpower. There is something that they cannot control, no matter what they've done or what they've used or what they've tried or what they're used to conjuring or what they're used to casting. All the rivers and the lakes that they're used to are not working. So they're trying to, they're thinking outside of the box, and they're trying to dabble in things they have no experience and no business dabbling in. They are taking authority over what they have no authority over. They're opening doorways and portals that I just heard, were sealed by the gods. And there will be hell to pay for them. Because these very gods that have cast away these beings will continue to protect humanity from them. It's like, you wanted this, you got it. It's not funny. It's not. This is a genuine warning for whoever this is, and maybe they did it already. Maybe they did it already. I'm not really sure, but I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. unless you are these people. These energies, they want blood. And it's like they think they're being conjured up under the impression that, like, God doesn't exist anymore, or like Earth is like ruined, or like they're I said it earlier, they're being conjured up on lies. It's like, oh, the coast is clear, and then they come out and find out the coast is not clear. They come out and feel like they've been set up because they can't do what's been promised. They can't reach what's been promised. They can't. And then who do you think they're going to turn on? When they realize that they still have no authority or power. It's like, I don't know, I just keep getting different examples of the same thing, and I don't know if I should keep talking about it or not, but it's interesting. I find it to be very, very fucking interesting. And I guess, this is what Spirit was talking about. If I knew who I was helping, I wouldn't want to help. Who in their right mind would try and help people that are willing to do something like this, right? Who's going to try and warn them, Let them make their own bed, right? But I think it's worth it to let them know. For their own sanity. Because, the saying, right? Hurt people hurt people. And imagine how hurt these people must be to want to do this. Imagine how consumed with hatred and anger they have to be to want to do this. Whoever these people are, I pray that they see the light and find love in their life. May they find health, wealth, and love. Because what a miserable existence it must be to live in such extreme hatred and anger. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Some people might say, fuck them, right? Well, I don't really know how to end this, honestly. 44, 34. I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that. I gotta run out for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do another reading, I think. Or maybe I'll just do another one tomorrow. I don't really know. We'll see what I'm guided to do. But if you're still with me, as always, you're a real one. And I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you do to help keep this channel alive. And I'll catch you on the next one. You're beautiful. I love you.